Hi everyone, welcome to this week. I have been busy extending, moving that table over, the main table, and extending my area because I was getting a bit frustrated. It was all bunching up. So I've just shifted everything down, found a few things, had a little reorganise, and made myself here, this trolley I had over there, I've pulled it back over here because this is a nice painting area. I like this wall. Oh, lovely comments. I did say in the replies, my mission now is if I can do one straight-legged cartwheel, that will be amazing. So I'm working on it. I'm going to start working on some upper body strength. I do weights sporadically. We do a lot of walking, so the legs are good, but I need a bit of upper body, more upper body strength. In the comments, also, Ali Oban, mentioned checking out Alice Mumford and finding Winifred Nicholson. And then further down the comments, Janie said, regarding Magenta, try mixing it with the yellows. She particularly likes it, mixing it with Indian yellow. So I'm going to have a go at that this morning on a clean board. And then Frankie said, also Winifred Nicholson, and she loved Magenta. I will investigate more on Winifred Nicholson. So more to find out on Winifred. You'll notice I worked yesterday. I got carried away with the Hoover and the moving, and I forgot to bring my phone up to do any filming. And I just thought if I stop and go back down for it, I'll get sidetracked down there. So I just pressed on, and then I put a little bit more paint down on here, and a little bit more has gone on here. In a minute, I've got to go down. Craig has cut me a piece of 6mm MDF, and I need to find, it should be under there, some PVA wood glue. Oh, he's coming with it now. So I'm going to put on a coat of PVA wood glue, and then that will be ready. Thank you. And then that will be ready for fixing on a piece of paperwork. And the reason for the PVA glue is it's just another guarantee that you're going to get really brilliant adhesion. Because I just think some people don't use that step, but I just think I want to do everything I can to feel super confident that everything's in place and is not going to move. So that's the job. For. So I pushed in some magenta mixed with whatever was left on the palette. It was a yellowy whitey mix, and I don't like it. I don't like that at all. So what to do? This morning, I think what I will attempt is to put some masking tape down and put in different colours in this background and try to make this seem more still life situation, I think, and I'll be led by what I've got here, I think. I'm asked every now and then about what brand of paint do I use, and when I'm just doing my sort of underground, my base layers, I don't mind using very inexpensive De La Rowney acrylics. My favourite paints are the Liquitex, and I really like Amsterdam paint. I've got one here, a new one. I also like these Daler Rowney System 3 acrylics. Really like these. I think they're good paints. And the golden is obviously, I think, gold standard. But if you are using your inexpensive paints, in cases you obviously get less pigmentation, and that sometimes I like when I want something that looks very thin. I think they have a good place. So it really is a general mix of paint here. If you are beginning with the paint, just buy a small tube of a particular brand and see what you think, see how you get on with it. You know, it's very much personal preference. It's very much how heavy-handed you are, how much paint you want to get on. The surface, paints work, feel different, absorb differently on canvas and paper, board. It's experimentation, always. There's nothing quite like buying a new tube of paint. I've sidetracked. So, right, so I could take the grey over that side. Could leave one section and green. I couldn't get this to work. I could not get this to work at all. I didn't like that at the top. I think I just might make this something got in the garden. I'm going to see what it wants to be. I'll pop him up there and let that all dry off. Well, actually, my instinct is to encourage some of that. I could pull through. Oh la la. Oh, that's nice. We're going somewhere else. This does not want to go inside as an interior. This doesn't want to be interiors. This wants to. This wants to be an outside. So a really, really good example this morning of trying out ideas, trying out. You know, remember at the end of the day you could wipe the whole thing out and just have yourself a nice blank canvas if it's not working. So I've got totally sidetracked on here this morning, but that's okay. I've really enjoyed it. So I'm going to try the permanent magenta. Let's just stop in there. There's a little bit of white on there. Indian yellow, an Indian yellow hue. This is a golden. So let's put a few drops in. You can see that orange. Get a clean brush. I've got too much on here. That's a gorgeous colour. So much more. As usual, I'm very heavy-handed, but if you go in with the Indian hue and a little bit of magenta, you get this gorgeous warm orange. So that's great. I've got 2 boards now. That pink looks nice on there. I'll let that dry. Morning. I spent the evening having a little look at some Winifred Nicholson, and I found the most lovely article on Jackson's website. There's a piece here Winifred wrote in her 1944 essay, Liberation of Colour. Yesterday, I set out to pick a yellow bunch to place as a lamp on my table in dull, rainy weather. I picked Iceland poppies, marigolds and yellow iris. My bunch would not tell yellow. I added sunflowers, canary pansies, buttercups and dandelions. No yellower. I added to my butter-like mass 2 everlasting peas, magenta pink, and all my yellow broke into luminosity. Orange and gold and lemon and primrose, each singing its note. Isn't that just lovely? Have a look. It's a whole long article, fascinating, about her life, her marriage to Ben Nicholson, where she lived after they broke. And then it's the same Ben Nicholson that went on and married, I want to say Rita Hepworth, but it's not. She's in Cornwall. She's a sculptor. She's famous. Oh Lord, I'll put it on the screen. Where is it? Primula and Magenta. Where is that painting? Speaking of her painting, Cyclamen and Primula, circa 1923, which was oil on board, this article says that the first balancing act to note is with the use of yellow in the Primula and magenta in the Cyclamen. Winifred Nicholson often talked of the power of violets and magentas to both provide a sense of light and allow yellows in particular to come to life. We've had it can't decide the weather, it's the last day of August. We've had rain, rainy showers, and now it's trying to be sunny. and yesterday was chill. There was enough chill to get my neck wrapped up, so there's a silver lining to the cooler weather. I'm very tempted, and then on the other hand I think no, gonna leave it alone. And then, because you have to try, you have to know, you have to see, I'm wondering if I go in with a really tiny amount on here, have a cloth ready to remove it if I don't like it. It might just be interesting to see. So, have I got a cloth? Have I got a cloth? I don't know why I want to go up there, but I kind of do. No. Not on there. Oh. But a little bit on there is rather nice. See, this is me at my most delicate. Yeah, I think it's helped on here. I want to, probably not this week, but for next week, I've also found, I can't remember the name of the channel, but I'll look it up, play it through again, an example of putting together a painting in the style of Winifred Nicholson. So I'm itching to have a go at that, but I think that will be for next week. Yeah, I think that helps up the top there quite nicely. Wow. The other thing I haven't shown you, well, I've started. I bought back the painting from its second time out, that one, and I'd said, I can't remember who messaged me in the comments and said, maybe if it doesn't sell, address the black background, and that thought had already sat in my mind. If maybe I'll change up the black, maybe it's too heavy. So and one of my lovely colleagues said down in the exhibition Gainer, did you not have a frame big enough? But I'm keeping the leaves going over. There's something about that I like. So this was just a first coat, very rough coat of white, not very pigmented white paint, and so in for a penny, in for a pound. I can't decide if I want it to be white. I'm just not quite sure. I think it might be a lavender, but I did find myself also bringing in a bit of magenta. Thank you so much to all of you that suggested Winifred, having a look at Winifred Nicholson. And I had no idea. It came to me just now. It's Barbara Hepworth, Rita Hayward. I don't know where that all came from. Isn't it amazing what your brain does? Anyway, I'm wondering if it could be a little cool lavender. Well, I mixed up the lightest grey. I wasn't sure. I was thinking about the magenta being desaturated, because if you desaturate colour against it, the effect of desaturating a colour should make strong colour jump. And so that's what I've gone in with. I've mixed up quite a bit here. I think what I'll do is leave that and sharpen up this, or maybe very, very light grey, more solidly in here. So with the amount that I mixed up, I like it the way it plays in here. It looks very soft in here. I put tiny, let's come back a bit. I put tiny amounts of it in here. I went in here and I rather like little gentle, I'm being very gentle this morning, and I couldn't resist putting a little bit on that board. So we'll see how much I want to add in there. I didn't care for it too much here, although I don't know, don't hate it. Don't hate it there. I'm wondering if the house would like some of this. I think the house quite likes it. Morning everyone. I haven't gone completely bonkers. I'm not going to be painting in my jacket, but I kept thinking about that colour, thinking I do know that colour. Initially, I couldn't work out what it was. It's a version, so I understand my jacket more now. It's a version of a greyed down magenta. It's very soft. And I found also this scarf I've had for ages, and those colours work so well with it. So I thought, you know, yeah, up against there. It's interesting. That might help a lot. I particularly like the tan with it, and like this. So a much stronger, found that, a much stronger. I haven't got a mirror so I can't see, but I like that dark, deeper contrast, which is probably why I quite like that board. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. So sometimes if you're stuck with your colours, knowing where to go, look in the wardrobe, look at your wardrobe. And also, I don't wear this jacket enough, but there was, as soon as I saw it, I made a connection. It's a colour that I love. I have to work at it a little bit, because going back to my colour analysis days, it's not the best up to my skin, but I can definitely work with it. It's too warm to be wearing it today, which is nice. Right, I don't want to get paint on my jacket, so I'll run these back down to the house. My eye is drawn to this painting, and I'm just wondering if it needs a little bit of oomph in there, or whether to keep it very delicate. Just tap it. Oh Lord. I'm probably right in the way. I think I'll have a clear down, and I think I'll leave it here this week. The terrible cartwheels have prompted me to want to achieve at least one decent cartwheel. I'll leave you with a single cartwheel this week, slight improvement. I'm hoping I've got time to get cracking on having a go at a Winifred type painting. Also, we're going to have a week down at the coast. This time, I think I'm going to use my experience of preferring not to take too much material, art material, see what I can find when I'm there, see if I can work around not having very much. I do like that. When we went to Devon, I took a whole box of things, and it almost tripped me, in a way it tripped me up, because I had so much to choose from, and I obviously like having less and working it out. When you make the most of small things, unexpected things, I think that's what I'm trying to get to. I prefer the sense of the unexpected rather than taking all the usual kit and trying to do the same old. I think that's my approach for this next trip. I will see you there.